Hi, it's Vicky. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be all about your core. So this is going to be really good for your core strengthening and stability throughout your yoga. It's fairly intense, but I know you can do it. So grab some water if you've got some, 2 blocks if you've got them handy, and we'll get started. So we're going to start lying down on your back when you're ready. Roll yourself down or come down however you like, taking your time to get here. And then we're going to work with some bridges to start, but starting with a pelvic tilt. So bringing your feet roughly underneath your knees up towards the sky, relax the shoulders down. And if you like, you can take a moment here to just come into your natural breath. Taking a moment to perhaps set an intention for your day or just for this practice. Becoming aware of your breath, aware of your thoughts. And allowing any thoughts that come in and out to just softly come in and leave. And in your own time, you're going to inhale, lengthen the pelvis away from you, so actually tilt the butt away, so like you're sticking your butt out kind of. And then exhale, draw your belly in towards you, and just feel the lower back come into the earth here. And then inhale, lengthen through the pelvis again, so sticking the hips forward slightly. Then exhale, draw everything down, feeling that connection with the earth. Inhale, let the pelvic floor release as you inhale. And then exhale, now lift up through pelvic floor, so feel that squeeze. And then hollow through the lower belly, feel that connection again. We'll go for one more like this. Inhale, lengthen, create space, so get that hollow bit of space under the lower back there. And then exhale, lift up through pelvic floor, flatten through the lower belly, get that back connection. Now from here, keeping the pelvic floor lifted if possible, start to peel the hips away from the earth, draw the knees away from you, and start to come up into your bridge. Might take a couple of breaths to get there. Pushing down through the earth, activating the back body, so activating the glutes a little bit. Take one more round of breath, keep drawing the knees away. Imagine hugging in like a block between the knees here. And then in your own time, you're going to soften through the sternum, breathe your way back down, lengthen through the spine as you come down. Once your lower back reaches the earth, let the hips relax and lengthen through the pelvic floor again, just letting everything kind of drift away from you. Now from here, I'm going to do that 3 more times. So take your time to lift up through pelvic floor, flatten through lower belly. Go nice and slowly with control, coming all the way up here. This time, if you'd like, you can also bring the arms up overhead. And then as you breathe, maybe taking 1 or 2 breaths as you come down, feeling that spine lengthen. Once your lower back and your hips have reached the floor, you can reach the arms beside you. And we'll go for 2 more in your own time. So feeling that pelvic floor lift, hollow through belly, peel the hips away, draw the knees away, reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, start to soften down through the chest. Feel each and every vertebrae press down one at a time before you lengthen the arms. Last time, doing awesome. You might be able to go a little bit quicker, but I really like to slow down. So this is more Pilates than yoga, but everything ultimately stems from yoga anyway. And that's a really, really effective way to activate through the pelvic floor and the lower, deeper muscles of the core, which is going to keep you nice and safe in your vinyasa and general practice. All right, awesome. So from here, you're going to raise one leg up to tabletop on an inhale, and then bring your arms up towards the sky in line with your shoulders. You can face towards you or just up. We're going to be coming into a little, it feels like Tai Chi, kind of like you're moving through water. So when you're ready, I want you to push the palms up, and then exhale, reach the leg away from you with a flex foot. So you should be able to see your toes here. You'll feel your belly activate. Now it's up to you how high or low you take that foot. And then when you're ready, you're going to let the, kind of get a wrist stretch. So let the hands come down, point the foot, and then drag it back in. So it's like you're moving through what you're going to exhale, push away. And then inhale, come back to neutral. If you feel any clicking in the hip or anything, just coming down a little bit less slow, so less slow, just coming down a bit, like coming down is a little bit higher. So the higher your leg is, the easier it is on your core. And you can either exhale out through the mouth or through your nose. It's really up to you. So going for 10 on this side. Give it a little bit of attitude or make it nice and fluid. I like to think of this as almost like moving meditation here. And the belly will activate. So keep hollowing through the lower belly. So keep drawing that belly button back in towards the spine. Neck nice and relaxed, chin gently tucked. And keep knitting those front ribs in, so the bottom ribs, keep drawing everything in here. I think we've got 3 more. Already lost count, oh dear. One more. And then lower that down. Bring your arms by your sides for a moment. We'll raise the other leg up to shin height. So raising the shin up in line with the sky, and then reach your arms up again. And when you're ready, we're going to push away, flex everything, flex your wrists. And this is a really nice way to release any tension through the wrists as well. So quite a nice little stretch there before we get into our flow. Take your time, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the leg. Five more. Keep that stability. Last one. Awesome, hugging it in. And then just come into a little happy baby for a moment, helps to release up through the hip flexors a little bit. So bring your elbows on the inside here, and then just wriggle your hips side to side. And then bring your hands behind the backs of your thighs here. And just little rock and rolls, so tiny little massage for that lower back here. Tiny little rock and rolls, and then they gradually get a little bit bigger. You might be able to rock yourself up. You might be able to rock yourself all the way back over. Keep hugging that belly in, and then you're going to rock yourself all the way up. Maybe you take 2 or 3 or 4 before you get up over there. And then you're going to find yourself onto all fours when you're ready. So from here, you're going to come into all fours, so making sure the knees underneath the hips and the wrists are underneath the shoulders here. And then lengthening one foot behind you, doesn't matter which one. Just give yourself a little stretch through the calf before you tap the belly to check that it's engaged, and then reach that leg up to hip height. And then if you're still feeling like you can activate through your transverse, or those deep core corset muscles, lengthen through your opposite arm here. And then from here, we're going to draw knee and shoulder circles at the same time. So you're going to exhale, bring your knee and your elbow out to the side. And then inhale, reaching it forward again. So find length, and then exhale to find that movement. So going for 5 on this side. Keep that hip internally rotated a little bit. You can let it come out and then draw everything back in. And then lower that hand down, lower the knee down, shimmy your hips side to side. When you're ready, lengthen through the other leg. Give a little press first. Raise it up just to hip height. And these other toes can be tucked or untucked. And then when you're ready, lengthen through the other arm. And you might just stay here today. Finding that stability through the core. Or you can start to draw knee and arm circles. So you're bringing the knee and the elbow out to the side. And you can choose how many breaths you need to take, but we're going for 5 of these. So you're getting a nice little shoulder and hip massage here, so really good for hip and shoulder mobility. And feel free to turn it the other way around as well. Okay, alright, once you've done your 5, just shimmy your hips side to side here. And then you're going to find your way into downward facing dog with bent knees. Feel free to use your blocks here or come off your blocks, it's up to you. So tuck your toes underneath you. Keep your knees nice and bent so you can start to lengthen your tailbone up towards the sky here. So really find lots of length for the lower back, making sure you've got a nice neutral curve in that lower back. It's going to help to keep that back safe. And then when you're ready, we're going to ripple forward through the spine, so wave your spine forward into the high plank. Inhale, we're going to raise one leg up, so I'll show you with the front leg. Going to raise it up just a little bit, just a few inches, doesn't need to be much. And then from here, you can either come down with your opposite leg lifted, or join me with your knee down for your first push-up. Yes, we're going to be getting into the core and the arms. So you're going to inhale lower, halfway down, hug your elbows in, and then exhale, push through the earth coming up. Then raise that leg, you're in 3-legged plank here. And then exhale, bring the knee out to the side, step it to the outside, little pinky here. Inhale, extend your heart open. And then exhale, float it back, 3-legged plank, lower down. Bend your knees, wave your spine back. Downward facing dog here, just walking it out, so feel free to pedal your feet. Again, making sure those knees are quite generously bent to keep you safe for now. And then when you're ready on it, inhale, ripple the spine forward, coming back into high plank, making sure that everything is nice and stable here. So push through the earth, keeping your hips in line with your shoulders, and then raise the other leg just a little bit off. From here, you can either lower the knee or keep it lifted. I'm going to lower it this time. Exhale, hug your elbows in towards you, coming all the way down on an inhale. Exhale, push through. And then lift that leg up. Exhale, bring the knee out to the side, step it to the outside of the pinky here. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, back to your 3-legged plank. High plank, bend your knees, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to come high up into the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, gaze forward, and fly, or step in between the hands. Now from here, reach your arms forward on an inhale, chair pose. Just check you can see your big toes. And then from here, bend your elbows, reach them behind you. Breathe here, sink a little deeper. Find something steady to gaze on. And then come up onto the tippy toes, so lifting the heels. And then reaching the arms out to the sides. Raising your arms all the way up towards the sky. Once you reach them up towards the sky, look up to the sky, interlace the fingers, and then push the wrists away from you. Inhale. And exhale, take a moment here, maybe soften through the eyes to close. Inhale, you're going to reach your arms and hips in opposite direction, big side bend. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, reach the other side. And then exhale, back to center. Exhale, you're going to either swan dive or forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine. Plant the hands and step your way back to the high plank. So this core is going to be really strong by the end of this. You're going to raise that first leg just a little bit off. Now either lower the knee or keep it lifted. Exhale through push-up. Inhale through lower down. Coming into your push-up, exhale. Lifting that leg up, bring the knee out to the side, step it forward, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, back to three-legged plank. Lower that leg down, raise the other leg just a little bit. Knee comes down, come into your push-up. Exhale. Lifting up, bring the knee out to the side, step it forward, inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, back to your three-legged plank here. Lower that down, bend the knees, find your way into down dog. Remember, you can keep those knees bent. Inhale, hike into the balls of the feet, bend the knees and fly lightly in between the hands. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bring your arms behind you, open up through the chest. Inhale, hike into those tippy toes, reaching the arms all the way up. Keeping on your tippy toes before you can interlace the hands, stretch them up. And exhale, release. Inhale, stretch your arms and hips opposite direction. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, stretch your arms, hips opposite direction. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Softening here, inhale, open the heart. Extend the chest forward, halfway lift, plant the hands. Flying back. Okay, we've got 2 more rounds. So when you're ready, you're in your high plank, raise that leg. You should be really strong. If you need to come down onto the elbows, if it's too much for the wrists, feel free. You can do the whole thing on your elbows here, okay? So you can come into like a forearm little push up here. And then bring the knee out to the side, step it forward, inhale. Exhale, send it back. Lowering it down, other side, raising that leg just a little bit. Coming into your version of push-up. Lifting up, bring it out, knee out to the side, step it forward, inhale. Exhale, float it back. Lowering it down, bend the knees, wave your spine back. Hike into the balls of the feet, bend the knees, fly forward. Into chair, inhale. And then exhale, send your arms behind you, so really open up through the chest before you come up into the balls of the feet. Reach the arms up. Interlace the hands, stretch up. Inhale, send arms, hips, opposite directions, keeping your side in one plane. So seeing if you can keep your neck in alignment with your spine. So keeping the spine in neutral. Come back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step your way back. We've got this. Raise your leg just a little bit. You can maybe stay with that leg lifted as you push up. Raise the knee out to the side, step it forward, inhale. Exhale, float it back. Lower it down, other side. Coming into your version of push-up. Raise it up, so strong, bring it out to the side here, inhale, open. Exhale, float it back. Lower it down, bend the knees, downward dog. Hike into the balls of the feet, bend the knees. And fly or step your feet in between the hands here. Now from here, coming into chair, you can bring your hands to your heart this time. And just check you can see your big toes. Send your weight back here. And then step one foot behind the other foot. So stepping it right across behind the heel. And then just allow yourself to drape over your leg. Walking your hands well away from the leg. And start to strain through your legs. So you'll feel this quite big stretch into the outer hip and a little bit into the hamstrings as well. Just relax those toes. Softening here. Then walk your hands through center. Step that foot, bend through the hips again, bend through the knees, reach your way into chair pose. And then step the other foot behind. And come on down. And you just drape your body over and then start to walk your hands away from you. So you get this big side stretch into the outer hip. Just letting that head completely relax. The top of the head just drifts to the floor. And then reaching your way forward. You can use your blocks here. Stepping one block about 2 feet or 3 feet in front of you, coming into a little bit of balancing, bending through the standing leg, you're going to start to tuck this hip under so much that you can just open to the side room here. And then from here you can either stay on the block or lift your hands. You can tippy fingers on the block. You're going to open the hip up to the side room, and then maybe raising the top arm up, maybe lifting the gaze here. Strong and powerful through that standing leg in your half moon. Maybe you can bring the top hand behind you to open up through the shoulder a little bit more. Breathe. Gently drawing in through the lower belly. Taking one more round of breath. And then exhale. Forward fold. Soften. Shimmy your hips side to side here. Then finding your way back through your chair pose, you might need to shift the block a little bit over a little bit more. And then we're going to come to the other side. So when you're ready, and start from either a warrior 3 or however you like to get into it. Move back slightly. Otherwise I'll be kissing the plant. And then tucking the front hip under so much so you can open your body to the side here. And reaching up through the top arm. Soften the fingertips. Flexing up through the top leg. And then gently drawing in the lower belly. Breathing easy. One more round of breath. And then nice and slowly coming out of it, finding your way into your yogi squat here. So you're just going to sit onto a block or off the block, up to you. Bringing your elbows in the insides of your knees, hands to your heart center. And take a moment for everything to slow down. And to release off through the pelvic floor. So it's really important to release off through the pelvic floor muscles, the core muscles as well. Taking one more round of breath, allowing everything to slow, your heart rate, your mind, and softening through your jaw, your face.